Domestic violence and sexual assault occur across all groups in society, regardless of age, race, ethnicity, gender identity or sexual orientation, religion, and so on. Since the 1990s, Hanwhan has worked to eradicate gender-based violence in the Chicagoland's Asian immigrant community. A culture of silence and denial still persists around these issues, which can leave many wondering, how serious is domestic violence and sexual assault in my community? Surely it can't be that bad. We set out to find the answer through a series of surveys. Domestic violence significantly affects the Asian Pacific Islander community. According to a survey we conducted between 2010 and 2013, 63% out of the 359 API survey respondents in the greater Chicagoland area believed that domestic violence is a serious problem in the community. 72% had either personally experienced domestic violence or knew someone who had. 34% grew up witnessing domestic violence at home, and of those, 36% indicated that they continued to have relational issues, such as with trusting others and building intimate relationships. Many respondents highly prioritized the importance of the family being kept together as a unit. When asked about strategies to deal with domestic violence, a lot of respondents proposed enduring pain and struggles, avoiding confrontations, and maintaining harmony. Such values may prohibit many survivors from even seeking help. Sexual violence is another serious problem in the API community. In our 2017 survey of 313 members of the API community in the greater Chicagoland area, 53.5% of the female respondents reported experiencing some type of sexual violence at some point in their lives, compared to 8.1% of males. 65% of these survivors reported the offender to be someone they knew, as opposed to a stranger. 38.7% of the respondents reported that they knew at least one person who has experienced sexual violence, and of those, 70% knew 2 or more victims. Despite the prevalence of sexual violence in the API community, there is a great lack of awareness, knowledge, and understanding about sexual violence. 59.6% of the respondents did not know about the existence of sexual assault crisis lines. Of the respondents who were survivors, 42% answered, "I was not aware that my experience with sexual violence is a barrier in getting help." And unfortunately, victim-blaming attitudes prevail. 62.6% of the respondents chose agree or strongly agree for the sentence, "Teaching girls common sense can prevent rape." Of the respondents who were survivors, about 45% indicated that they were afraid of possible prejudice or stigma associated with victims of sexual violence. As a result, a lot of survivors do not get the support that they need. In fact, 82.1% of respondents who have experienced sexual violence did not receive help from resources or services to address the experience. It's clear that domestic violence and sexual assault is a very serious problem in the Chicagoland API community. It's up to every one of us to raise awareness, to support survivors, and to eradicate domestic violence and sexual assault from our community. Join our movement against domestic violence and sexual assault today.